Hello, welcome back to the videos. I thought for the lick of the week, since it's close to Christmas, that we would just go over a Christmas song and have some fun, to get away from all the theory and learning these hardcore bluegrass instrumentals and things, and just have some fun. The song that I've chosen to show you how to play in this video is Christmas Time's A-Comin', which was recorded by Bill Monroe. He had a huge hit off of it, but was actually written by Tex Logan, the fiddle player, and it's really easy to play, especially in the key of G. I think the original recording that Bill did back in the 50s was in the key of E, so you would have to play an E without a capo or capo up, which you're welcome to do. The song structure is pretty simple, the melody's pretty straight ahead. It's just a fun tune to play, but since it's Christmas and we want to make it easy, I'm just going to play it in G. So let me give you a close-up of the fingerboard, and we'll just jump right in here. Structure-wise, the rhythm for Christmas Time's A-Comin' would be 1, 5, 1 for all the verses. So let me see if I can croon out a verse here. Christmas time's a-comin', Christmas time's a-comin', Christmas time's a-comin', I know I'm going home. And then you'd have each subsequent verse follow that same pattern of snowflakes are falling, my old home's calling, can't walk running, Christmas time's coming. So the typical structure for your solo would be verse, verse, and then if you wanted to play the entire song, you'd play the chorus, and then verse, verse. The verses are short, so it's verse, verse, chorus, verse, verse, chorus, verse, verse, chorus. So for the chorus part, that's when you would go to the 4 chord, and I can't sing it in G because it goes way high, so I'm going to stay in the low octave. Can't you hear them bells ringing, ringing, joy and all? Hear them singing when it's snowing. I'll be going back to my country home. And different versions, they may jump to the D quicker or stay in G a little longer, but it's basically a 1, 4, 1, 5, 1 for the choruses. Always the same chorus every time. So now we've got the rhythm structure of the song, let's talk about the solo. The first thing we need to do is just identify the basic melody of the A part of the verses. So here's the melody for the verses. Very simple. It's B, G, B, D. Then when you go to that's over the G chord. Now the D chord comes up for a measure. You have A, F sharp, A, and then C. It's a D7 chord there. And then back to the next part of the verse, which is, again, D, G, B is in Bob, D, and then A, E, D is in David, B, A, G. So again, it's what we call a pentatonic based melody, but we're not going to get into any theory here because we're having fun. But those notes are very common to a lot of songs in bluegrass because they're just 5 notes out of the scale. Now, in stroke style, you have to always think ahead. Where are you going to place these notes? I could develop rolls that go. That would be one approach. For the right hand, you'd make a pattern that goes kind of an alternating thumb roll, and that would be with your right hand. Maybe you go thumb, middle, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 5, thumb, middle, thumb, or index, middle, thumb, and then thumb, index, thumb, middle. So I'm going to give you a shot of the picking hand too, to let you see what I'm doing with the picking hand. See if I can get in the camera shot. I have to move my chair around. So I might do something like this. Now that would allow me to play 2, 1, 5, 1, 3, 2, 5, 1. So it's kind of an altered version of an alternating thumb roll, which is a mouthful to say. It's a variation on the alternating thumb. That's better. So I'm going to go. And see, the melody notes are Christmas, and I'm combining the word Christmas, those two syllables, into one word. Christmas times, Christmas times are coming. Then it would be B, D. But now, what else could we do there besides just open strings? I mean, that works. That sounds pretty good. But I want to make it a little more Scruggsy. So Scruggs would take the approach of moving notes to different fret locations and use ornaments like slides and hammers and chokes stuff to emphasize those notes. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move that B note. I'm going to keep the alternating thumb roll pattern, but I want to move that note a la Cripple Creek or songs like that to this location. So I'm going to slide like I'm going up to the B here. So I have a little more emphasis on Christmas, Christmas time. The word time is the third string open. So now my right hand pattern is not going to be open strings 2, 1, 5, 1. It's going to be 3, 2, 5, 1, 3, 2, 5, 1. But now the B that I was playing open will be moved up here. And I don't quite make it to there. You know, you usually give up the ghost, so to speak, before you get there. But if you wanted to slide there, that, you know, that wouldn't be horrible. So 3, 2, 5, 1, 3, 2, 5, 1 provides me the right roll pattern to fill in around the notes. I'm embedding the melody, but the melody is this and then this. Christmas, Christmas time, Christmas time. Now coming would be the open B and the open D. But again, I don't want to play everything open. I'm going to play the open B, coming, and then coming will be a hammer or slide, another place to play a D note, because the melody was the open first. Playing that is another way to express a D note and give it some more oomph with an ornament. So if I put all this together, I'll have a measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But I've taken a little liberty with the syncopation of the roll, which means I've anticipated these two notes differently. Christmas time coming. And the syncopation allows me to play around with how those notes interact with each other. And it all lasts a measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, now what about the D chord when it comes up? We know it's a A note, an F sharp note, an A note, and then a C note. And all that has to fit into a measure. Instead of playing the whole D and rolling, which we could, you could go 3, 2, 5, 1, 4, 2, 5, 1, and then 3. That would be one version. I want to get away from everything sounding like the same roll. So in this case, I'm going to give you a little better close-up here. I'm going to use what I affectionately call the split finger position, these two notes out of the D chord. Try to get my fingers out of the way so you can see. I'm just holding these two notes, third string at 2, fourth string at 4. And now I'm going to play a modified alternating thumb roll, but it's not going to sound like this one because I won't be using the whole chord and I won't be using the 5th string at all. I'm going to get away from the 5th string, so this is going to be what I call a squared off alternating thumb. No 5th string. And the pattern I'm going to play is the 3rd string with the thumb, 1 and 2 with my fingers, middle index, then the 4th string at 4 with the thumb, 1 and 2 with the fingers, then 3. So I have 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3. So I escape the dissonant, the 5th fifth string sounds a little funky sometimes. Get that dissonant sound if you play the whole chord. So I'm using the open first and open second and no fifth string to kind of hone in on just what the melody note should sound like. So it's thumb, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2. Let me give you a close-up of the, stay in the camera shot here. I have to slide my chair around. So now for the right hand for this D chord, I'm going again, third. And that's why I hold that split finger D up here, just those two notes from the D chord that represent the two notes I'm playing with my thumb on the third and the fourth. Third. So that's Christmas time's a-comin'. Now when that comes up, I'm going to hold the second string at the first fret, which is my C note, and I'm going to roll that for the rest of the measure. And I'm just playing 2, 1, 5. You could play an entire D7 position, which are those two notes here. You could play those. Anything that allows you to play that note, which is melody, and fill in with the right hand. So that's, boy, if I could get that whole banjo neck in the shot. Let me try that. Let me see if this works for an angle. So hopefully you can get all that in the shot. Now the next line is the same as the previous line. But now we have this as the melody creeping in. Let me get back in the camera shot here. It would be Christmas time's a-comin'. So that'd be your tag area. The chords would get compressed. They would change a little more quickly. You'd have Christmas time's a-comin'. And that's E as in Edward, D as in dog, B as in Bob, A, G. Now I could play that just as individual notes. But again, it doesn't give you much of the Scruggs feel and none of the syncopation of the roll. So again, I'm going to do a variation of the alternating thumb roll. 3, 2, 5, 1, and then push off from 3 to 2, open second, open third. And I'll add the first string open in there for flavor sometimes. But the main thing is 3, 2, 3 with a push off. So there, if you put all that together, I have the entire verse structure of the song. Pretty short, and then you would play the next verse, so that would be doubled, and that would be your verse solo. So try that, and then the next video, which hopefully I'll get up before the end of the week, we will look at the chorus of Christmas Time's a-Comin'. So appreciate you watching. Hope you have fun. Ho, ho, ho.